It's about that time of day again here, boys and girls. Welcome back, welcome back. A very happy new year to you, and it's finally newsletter time. First newsletter of 2015. Boy, it feels great to be back today in our live trade room. Had a fantastic day in our live trade room. Talking about our long-term levels for tomorrow. Top down, gold, Russell, crude this evening. Before we jump into our charts here for tonight, I want to make sure you guys know to be watching this video on our trading blog right now at sidewaysmarkets.com. There are 3 reasons why you got to be watching this video on our blog. If you're watching it on our YouTube page, there's a link right below the video that will take you over here to our blog. First thing, you can download all of my charts every evening. Click that link right below the video and you can download all my charts. Second reason why you got to be over here watching this video on our blog, I got a free pass for you to come out and join our live trade room any afternoon this week or next. We get a brand new free trial here at School of Trade, and part of that free trial, I'd love to give you a free pass to come out and join our trade room. Grab your free pass in the upper left-hand corner, and then third thing here, that's right, there was 3. I have a nightly newsletter mailing list. That way you never have to wonder when that newsletter is published every evening. Just give me your name and your email address. Guys, if you grab the free pass or if you register for the nightly newsletter mailing list, you will receive a verification email from me to make sure I have the correct email address and to make sure that you give me approval to be sending you an email every evening. Okay? If you register for the email list, make sure you find the verification email, and don't forget, check your spam folders, check your junk folders. All right, guys? Once again, welcome back. Hope everyone had a great holiday season. This is what the good stuff is, right? This is the good stuff, being able to spend quality time with family and friends. Hopefully you guys stayed warm out there. It was unseasonably cold here in Los Angeles, so definitely looking forward to spring. Anyways, back to business here today. Long-term levels. Now, again, don't forget, we're talking about long-term levels here for gold, crude, and Russell. If you want to be a scalper with me, you want to take the short-term trades, come out and join me tomorrow in our live trade room. Jumping in here to the mighty mini Russell. Yeah, Santa has left the building. The Santa Claus rally is officially over on the E-minis. Now, of course, we go back into the reality here of 2015. We are bearish on the anchor chart here, 32, and looking for selling opportunities at levels posted above. We can see a couple things. We're below all the key moving averages. Got a nice down channel there. I've got 2 sell zones specifically overhead, and I have a reversal line up here at 1182.9. Very easy to see we're bearish right now, looking for a move higher before we get short again on this Russell. I will take any of these opportunities here. Again, the easy areas here, 1182.9, 1196.4, 1210, right? Those are going to be our easy sell zones overhead. If you're looking for targets, you've got targets below, 1174.2, 1163, 1160.5, 1150.8, and of course down at 1147.9. We'll be interested to see here how this goes. We finished the year of 2014 with a 5.0 GDP print here in the U.S. Consumer confidence levels are at all-time highs, but we just simply have not seen these small caps get as perky as those as the NASDAQ or the rest of the E-minis. So it'll be interesting to see what happens here. Here we have on the 16 anchor on the Russell. As you can see, when I zoom out on this chart, we get a little bit of a channel here we've drawn in. Right, got our bearish channel here on the Russell right now. That's easy pickings. We want to sell the high of that bear channel. You can also see that we found a triangle or a wedge, whatever you want to call it. I call this a descending triangle. And we have a reversal line at 82.9. This is going to be a beautiful opportunity here to get short. One thing I would be looking for, though, is if we do get up inside this area here, look for a closed candle below that 82.9, right? So whatever you do, don't make that critical rookie mistake. As we go lower, we go back above 82.9. Don't make that rookie mistake just blindly selling, because remember, that resistance becomes support. So what I'd be looking for is break below possibly back into this area here, but I'm looking for literally a candle closing below 82.9 and then maybe a little bit of a retrace there for a wave pattern short, right, to get me in. Again, these are long-term levels. If you want my short-term guidance, come in and see me tomorrow morning in our live trade room. I'll be doing it in real time. As you can see in this Russell, we're bearish. Now, looking at the price action chart to finish up on the Russell, that's right, we can trade in many different ways, and we're going to teach you all this stuff as a student here at School of Trade. On the price action, as you can see, no indicators on this chart. I just have a very simple moving average. We're looking at the candlesticks right now. I really don't like this channel right now. If you're a member of mine, you know why. It's just not at a very good angle. It does make a lot of sense, though, right? So with the kind of a lack of a better, kind of better analysis right now, this is really kind of the best that we can do right now. Again, don't really like the channel. The channel's not really very steep. We do have 2 tests on both sides, 4 tests total, so it definitely has the DNA of a good channel, but we know what a good channel looks like. It just kind of hugs that price action. This is not exactly your best channel I've ever seen. So we know we're kind of tiptoeing around this thing, but bottom line is there was that incredibly sideways range today. We came down out of that range. Now this was tricky right here. This was a little bit confusing. If you didn't count this correctly, you definitely missed this one. You'll notice we got the break, retest, second leg. Again, if you had to really look closely on that one to get that one right. Now here's a very big clue. This gives us our trading range here. We'll say 76 to 74. That little consolidation range. Don't forget, mark those consolidation ranges, use them as targets. Right now, I'd be looking for a short combining the channel high and the range lows. I would even love it more if it broke through that channel, and if you're a member of mine, you know exactly why I'm saying that, because the higher we go here, the better. I'd love to sell the 89, love to sell the 91.4. I don't think we get all the way to 96.3, but if it gets there, looking for a short there as well, 96.3, and basically nothing but the bears in control right now after the Santa Claus rally kind of hit the skids. He must have been running out of milk and cookies, but obviously we have a bearish trend here on the Russell. And again, use that range at the bottom there as your target. That would be my main focus if we're going to get short here. Again, these are long-term levels in the Russell. Come out and see me tomorrow for short-term levels, and you can download all these charts as well this evening. How about that gold? Moving from the Russell now to the funny yellow metal. And boy, are we still in 2014? This looks like the exact same chart. Not much has changed on gold. We're still trading right around 1,200, and we're inside of this consolidating trading range, or as we call it, a price wedge. Now, if you're a client of mine, if you're a student here at School of Trade, you know how we measure out a wedge. If you don't, go into your intermediate course, look at the wedge trade setup, and you'll learn more about the specific calculations, right? Because you'll notice I haven't gone out and refined that wedge yet, right? I really haven't really narrowed it down because you're wasting your time doing that right now. Not until we get to those lows. I've got very easy to see buy zones, the lows, 62.5. I've got very easy to see sell zones at the highs, and really that's where you want to be focused on right now if you're a gold trader. Again, long-term levels, I'm definitely looking to sell that 23.7 back to 1,200. Looking to buy the 62.5. Any guesses where we go back to? Back to 1,200. Keep using that big round number. Now, I don't like to think too much, right? I tend to get a headache, and I'm kidding with you. And I make sure I wear my helmet when I try to think too much like that. But we joke around in our training classes by saying, don't think so much, right? Don't overthink this. Just do what the chart tells you to do. But I'm going to go a little bit and think a little bit about this right now. Okay? U.S. economy back on track. Okay? Europe is, can we say, just about as bad as it was when we left it in 2014. I mean, we got Greece that's threatening to leave, and I don't think anyone's going to stop them on the way out. We got really nothing changed here. Now, this time last year, we were getting pummeled by Mother Nature. We had the annexation of Crimea. I mean, it was all hell breaking loose. So if I had to guess right now, I would say get used to gold around 1200. Right now, there doesn't appear to be, right? We haven't seen any reaction from Libya. Okay, I mean, look at crude oil, for crying out loud. You think they're worried about Libya? No. We've had, I mean, basically they've come out and said, right? We heard from the big three this last week in Europe. Basically, the Germans came out and said, hey, Greece, don't let the door hit you on the way out, right? They've basically now classified Greece as a non-relevant situation now for the benefit of the Eurozone, right? I mean, come on, have you seen Greece? Come on, you got to keep them around, right? If not for some great beachside real estate. Boy, what a beautiful country and amazing people and some of the healthiest food in the world. I'm telling you right now, check it out. So I don't see any reason why this gold should be changing at all. The only variable are energy prices. We still don't know how that's going to translate out, right? We haven't seen, I mean, we saw did we see 49 today, right? So that's going to be the catalyst. Again, if I think a little bit, I think, boy, there's really nothing on the immediate horizon that causes me to think this gold's going to start turning around. So 1200, keep using it as your target. I don't see any reason why to think differently about that. And yeah, whenever you start thinking too much, make sure you wear that helmet, right? Think of the kids. Gold here now, from our 32 to our 16. We do have a short-term bullish trend. Now, I don't use volume very much, okay? And I know, everybody thinks you got to have all these VWAPs and X deltas and this ladder and oh my goodness, all of these fancy, complicated volume tools. Supposedly they make you a better trader. I think they give me a headache, right? They make me confused. I use volume very, very simple. Confirm the move. Okay, we've known this for centuries now. Charles Dow, right? Pretty much our great-grandfather of westernized technical analysis, he said it best. There are millions of reasons why the market can go places on low volume, but there's only one reason why the market makes a new high or a new low on high volume, right? Volume confirms the move. Okay? I know. Don't get me started on all these YouTube videos you see these days with all this volume analysis. How do you make money with that? I have no idea. So bottom line is we see volume, yes indeed, volume has confirmed as we go higher. So I am going to say that even though we're inside the middle of that range on gold, keep using 1200 as your magnet, but get away from it first. We should be buying pullbacks right now in the gold. Now here's where we run into this little 1200 mess, right? Because as we pull back, I've got 1201.9. That's a tough level to buy. You got 1200 right below you. Go a little bit lower. Now we've got 1200.9, right? Okay, that's a decent buy because it's at the low of this channel. But we can do better. If you're a smart trader, you're going to be cherry picking down here to buy that 97.1 all the way down to that 94.2. Okay, even better. I'd love to buy that 91 down to 88.9 or 86.7, right? So remember, you got to think of that 1200 as the magnet. Okay, it's going to continue to suck that price back down or back up. So if I'm going to be a buyer, I would like to be buying below 1200, right? Pretty simple strategy there. So just keep that in mind as you're going about your daily operations. 1200's a magnet. That magnet can either help me or hurt me in my trades. Think about it, right? And apply that. Again, these are relatively long-term levels. If you want to see us scalping this stuff, come see me tomorrow morning in our trade room. We'll do it for you in real time. Last but not least here on gold, the price action. Again, we don't need a lot of complicated indicators, okay? You don't need to be spending thousands of dollars on just ridiculously overcomplicated analysis tools. It's unnecessary, right? Do you think Michael Marcus? Do you think Bruce Kovner? Seriously, right? I mean, do we think these market wizards, do we think the smartest minds of our generation, do you think the smartest traders, do you think they use all these complicated tools? Certainly not, right? Something tells me Paul Tudor Jones would laugh at you if you asked him if he was trading a volume ladder, right? He'd say, hell no, I'm finding my trends, I'm waiting for pullbacks. As simple as that, and managing my risk. We don't need a lot of indicators. Here's a great example of it. Very easy to see here we are bullish in the price action. And this is a great chart because it really reinforces what we just said in this 16. if you want to be a buyer on gold, be careful buying it at 1200 because that's going to be an uphill battle. I would much rather now look at this beautiful buy. We get a great support level here at 94.5. That's going to give us a channel break and a first attempt to test that high. Beautiful opportunity. So we're looking good for 94.5, looking good for 87.3. That would be where I'd be looking to be a buyer on gold here right now. Okay, now, if you dot the I and cross the T, if I can draw here, right? Dot the I, cross the T here. We got a great buyer's target up top there at 1212.2. Okay, something tells me in China that's a lucky number. I don't know. We'll see. Anyways, 1212.2, that's my buyer's target. I got to have some fun with you guys. Come on. I've been working hard all day. I got to have some fun with you. Laugh about it with me. Anyways, yeah, life's too short to be so uptight. 1200, again, I would love to buy these channel lows, but I don't really like the idea of getting into a trade at 1200. I'd much rather wait for it to go below that 1200, buy it, and use that 1200 as my target. All right, there you go. Long-term levels on the gold in the books. Again, if you want the short-term levels, come out and see me tomorrow. Now, how about that crude? How about that crude? I'll tell you, the party continues here on crude. They told us $40 last week. I'll tell you guys right now, if there's one person on the planet right now I would not want to be, that is the oil minister in Saudi Arabia, right? I mean, this guy, he must be getting dog you-know-what delivered to his front doorstep by every other OPEC nation. I mean, literally, if you are a smaller producing OPEC nation, you are livid right now, right? I mean, these guys keep yapping their gums. It's okay if we go to 40. Really? Okay, we'll see you there. Guys, there's no reason why this can't keep going lower. We talk about this every day in our trade room. Stop thinking so much. I know we didn't think it'd go past 75. I know we didn't think it'd go past 60. I know we thought the world would end if we got below 50. There we are, right? There's no reason why we can't. Remember, only gamblers say you can't, right? Only a gambler says we've been going lower for the past 3 weeks. We can't keep going lower. That's what a gambler says, right? Only a gambler says, well, I should be buying because we've been going lower for so long. What's the reason for that? Just because you think it can't go lower? Well, unfortunately, the word can't, won't, that shouldn't even be in our vocabulary. What did we learn from 2008? Get the word can't out of your vocabulary. Don't think so much. Look at the chart. That's all you got to do. That's all you got to do. It's easier that way too, right? You don't need to be Mensa smart. Just follow the stinking chart. It'll tell you exactly what's going on. So the party continues to push lower. We are well oversold right now. And if I had to guess, you got this kind of trend line extension out here, right? You get that channel coming down off the highs. So we got this channel coming down off the highs, right? And we're overshot the channel. Now, what do we know about a channel overshoot? What do we know about a channel overshoot, right? We know that that's usually because of some panic selling, and we're probably going to get an overcorrection. So wouldn't be surprised. I mean, heck, we went down 5.25% today, for crying out loud. Wouldn't be surprised if we get a nice big correction here. Obviously, I have no idea. I'll wait just like you will tomorrow and see how this thing works out. We do know that the hardest part right now on crude oil is just simply staying patient. If you're looking to be a long-term seller right now, you got 52s, 52.40, 53.95, 54.50, right? These are excellent places to be looking to pick up some contracts short here for the long term. Okay, moving forward though, from our 32 down to our 16, here's the best chart of the day today. This is the most useful chart you're going to find on crude right now. Crude oil is definitely oversold. It's borderline in that irrational territory. And we call this movie theater fire territory, right? I mean, this is literally well past our long-term extensions there. Members, if you know what I'm talking about, right? Or if you're a student of mine, you should know what I'm talking about, right? So we are borderline in the fire in a movie theater panic territory down there at 48.8. We are due for a correction. But again, as we always say, the market can remain irrational much longer than I think it can. So the hardest part right now is staying patient for the right time to be a seller. I've got some good areas here. We're going to wait now for confirmation. 50.6, 50.9, 51.4, right? That puts us at the top of that channel, as well as that little, you'll notice this area right here, 51.4. This is the only reversal line that hasn't been broken yet or hasn't been tested yet. So if I had to guess, I would say 51.4 is just begging to just get one in the kissa, right? I would assume so. So if we do happen to go up, I'll look for a nibble there. I'll look for a nibble there. But again, if I really had to choose what I'd be looking for, I'd be looking somewhere up here for the best selling opportunities. I'm going to still give it a shot, right? I mean, I'd be a fool not to. I'm going to still look for selling opportunities here at these two sell zones. But, again, markets love to go hunting for untouched levels, and we got one right here at 51.40. All right, guys? So be on the lookout here for selling opportunities. If it keeps going lower, be careful, because, again, we're in that panic selling environment right now, as you can see. And then last but not least here, we had a field day today on crude oil in our trade room. Big long-term bear channel. We didn't break that bear channel here on the price action chart until late in the day. We did retest those lows here. So I would assume right now this bearish trend definitely not coming to an end anytime soon. We broke the channel, and I would expect to see another attempt to go lower, right? Now, members, what setup is this in our scalping strategy? This isn't a scalping time frame, right? This is a longer term, more like a I don't want to say a swing trading time frame, but it's more like a day trade time frame. We know that we're expecting to get, this will be our third setup, right? This will be setup number 3 of our scalping strategy, if you guys are following along at home right now, right? So you know exactly what I'm talking about, right? And the best place to look for that excellent selling opportunity, 50.55, 50.84, 51.12. Remember your basic trading rules. Don't get greedy. Don't do anything stupid. Wait for the proper candle. Wait for that reversal candle. I want it red, and I want it to show me the buyers tried and failed. Remember, that's oftentimes the easiest way to make money. Okay? Usually the easiest way to make money is not when the buyers are in control. It's when those sellers fail, right, to buy, or when you're trying to sell and you watch the buyers fail. Okay? If you're a member of mine, you know exactly what I'm looking at and exactly what I'm talking about. Now you got your levels here for tomorrow. Guys and gals, I want to thank you so much for being a part of our nightly newsletter here. Don't forget, guys, grab your free pass, register for the newsletter mailing list, download your charts for tonight, and one more thing. I just spent the last 3 weeks of my life putting together a brand new trial. That's right, brand spanking new. Got a brand new trial here at School of Trade. If you need to give an extension, don't forget to call the office. Make sure you register for our free trial. I can pretty much guarantee you're going to learn more in 1 week on my trial than you're ever going to learn on any other paid website anywhere else. I pretty much put the kibosh to that over the holiday break. Okay? Don't believe me? I'll prove it to you. Grab a copy of your free trial. Come join us as a member. And don't forget, we've always got someone standing by here 24/7, 365 to give you guys a hand. My name is Joseph James, broadcasting live from our corporate headquarters here in Los Angeles, California. Thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube page. Catch us on social media. And Happy New Year. We'll see you guys tomorrow, 8 a.m. Eastern Time in our live trade room. Adios, amigos. Bye-bye for now.